Hello Scorpio, I'm Tamara and I'm going to do your reading for February 2018. It's a general reading and it will cover all aspects of life, work, career, finances, if there will be any relationship or love related issues. I'll talk about those, but love and relationship readings have been published already. So if you are interested, please find them in my playlist section. They're already there for February. This reading is for the Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Scorpio Rising sign. And I hope it resonates with you. If it doesn't, please watch your Moon sign or your Rising sign. While I'm shuffling, I just quickly want to say thank you to all of you for all your subscriptions, all your likes, all your comments. And if you would like a private reading with me, please contact me. My email address is here. You can contact me through the Facebook page, which I run, and through my web page. And all the prices and types of readings which I'm doing are published there. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we have for you, dear Scorpio. Okay, the first card is the Chariot. We have Queen of Swords, we have Three of Cups, and the Death card. Temperance, Queen of Cups, Queen of Rods, and Two of Wands. King of Cups, Knight of Rods, Eight of Swords, and Three of Swords. Okay. Okay, Scorpio, let's go and see what we have. The way the layout works, this is your recent, near future, this is your present, and that's your recent past. Well, I always say the same sort of thing. It's the time is fluid, so it's not always, has a, very clear borders. See how it resonates with you with the timeline. So let's go straight ahead and see what we have for you. The first card which I have for you is the Chariot. Chariot is the, because we talk about the recent past, it's a movement. Forward movement with whatever was happening, either the project, either work, a situation at home or something. There was some sort of development. And a positive development, because next to it I also got the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is sometimes talks about clarity, truth, justice, that sort of things. But the Chariot is also a sign of Cancer. Maybe Cancer was significant for you. But I think it's whatever was happening in your life in the recent past. You knew there was. Chariot is also a sign of victory. Sometimes you knew where you're going. There was positive, progressive movement of situation. Next to it, I've got the Queen of Swords. As I said earlier, Queen of Swords sometimes brings the clarity into our life. Swords is all about air signs, so it could be Gemini, Aries, or Sagittarius person. The Queen of Swords is the lady who is not using her emotions as the primary base emotions. She uses her head, she uses her intellect. Everything what happens in head, that's more important for her than her emotions, and that's why she can come across quite cold. But it doesn't matter, it doesn't mean that she's cold, but she's surrounded by red roses over there. The Queen of Swords sometimes talks about, because they bring clarity to our minds, to us, she sometimes represents a solicitor, a lawyer, judge, female judge, barristers, paralegals, anyone who is working in the legal profession, and someone who can help us from the legal sort of side of life. But it also could be counselor, psychotherapist, psychologist. These people bring a clarity to our mind, or helping us to get the clarity of mind or see the situation clearer. But it also could be just someone who you trust, who's got that qualities of intellect, not following their emotions, but following their pure logic, pure sort of, thought process and, be able to analyze the situation and give you a practical solution. Next to it, I've got this Three of Cups. Three of Cups is a card of companionship. There could be three people. Maybe you're working with the three people. It's also a card of celebration. Maybe there was when you were moving, maybe you got that success on a legal sort of, because you were moving forward in a right direction. I can see there's this legal issue could be possible. And the third card is a card of celebration. So whatever was your, if you were in some lawsuit or somewhere, it was going in the right direction for you with the help of your solicitor or lawyer. And it was a time for you to celebrate. Obviously, it was solved in your, you benefited. So it was, you got the benefits of this lawsuit. And the Spirit's message for you is the Death card, which is really good. It means that whatever was in the past, whatever you were fighting for maybe legally, it's all in the past now. It's all dead, died. And it's a time for recognition, to start anew, to start from the complete brand new page from you, from clear start. It's a really nice card. It's being given a second chance in life, start anew, recognition, revival, come back from dead, leaving everything behind, having that, the white rose represents like a purity in your life, a new chapter, that sort of situation. So if there was a legal situation in the past, you obviously won it, or it comes, you benefited from it, and it's a time for you to start anew. And in the present, I see the first card, which is the Temperance card. A Temperance card represents also a sign of Sagittarius, which is the air sign as well, like here. But it mainly talks about having things in moderation. Whatever happens in the life, you need to sort of moderate emotions. If you see, well, on this picture it's not so obvious here, she just pours water from one vessel to another, but on some other tarot decks, in one of these vessels there is a fire, in another one is water, and what is it telling you? That when you mix these two, fire and water, be careful, be patient, because otherwise it turns into steam and it can be dangerous. Where if you just sort of move it from one another, you can just distinguish the fire gently and get the water pouring. So it all talks about moderation and patience. So be patient. Whatever you had that period, it's over with the Death card. You're now starting a new chapter. Be patient. Don't rush into any sort of relationship, new projects, new jobs, or whatever it was there. Have the patience, moderation. Don't drink too much. Don't sort of, if it's ladies watching it, it could be you next here, the cups, Queen of Cups is a water sign. So don't overindulge in any sort of activities, not in celebrating. Don't drink too much. Don't eat too much. Don't do anything too much. Have that balance in your life. Have that temperance. Have that moderation and patience. And as I said, next to it could be you, Queen of Cups, which is the water sign, represents or your fellow water signs could be Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces person. But Queen of Cups, very intuitive. She's also very emotional. When I was describing the Queen of Swords, she's complete opposite to her, where this one using her head, uses her intellect. This one is opposite. She is all very soft, very gentle, very emotional. That would be to someone, when you have a trouble, you would go, you pour your heart out, and she would be the one who would make you lots of cups of tea, and she would pat you on the shoulder and tells you that everything is going to be all right. She won't be able to, offering you any, she won't offer you any solutions, or but she would be there for you to listen and As I said, she's also very intuitive. She's like a high priestess type, where she could be also one who would be doing, like maybe tarot cards or some sort of like being psychic or something, psychic medium, something like this, because they've got a lot of intuitions. And then I've got another lady, lots of ladies around you in your reading. So if a gentleman's watching there's a lot of ladies in your life. But for the ladies, it could be people who surround you. As I said, here could be very practical help for you in the form of Queen of Swords. Here you could have like a maybe dear friend, relative, or someone who is there for you in any type of situation, with someone you can talk about anything. Queen of Rods as well over here. Queen of Rods is someone who is very creative, very passionate, very fiery person. It represents the sign of fire. Aries, Aries and Sagittarius. I forgot what the fire signs. Oh dear, I've done too much. Yes, anyway. So yes, Aries. Oh, blimey. Anyway, it will come back to me. So yes, and she's also very entrepreneurial. So if she is artistic, passionate, creative, she can also earn money out of this. So if she is, like, for example, in singing really well, then she can earn money from her singing. If she's painting, she can sell her artwork, and she can earn money from this, because that fire sign still in my head. It just sort of distracts me from all this, from these readings. And the Spirit's message for you is the Two of Wands. Two of Wands, another fire sign as well, but Two of Wands is the planning. You're in a sort of process when you're sort of surrounded by people, and after winning that situation, whatever was in the past, now Spirit tells you you just need to start planning for the future. You're sort of in an unknown, I don't want to say limbo land, because I think you know where you're going. Having the Queen of Rods, maybe having the support of this entrepreneurial lady, maybe you're planning something to start something new, because the Two of Wands is telling you that you need to start planning. You need to start planning for the future. You need to start looking into the future. Look how he stands between two. You need to make choices in life. What do you want to do in the future? After this chapter was over with you, with the death, now you're sort of on between roads. Wait, which way I go? What do I do? And you've got quite a good support. Don't overdo much. Don't think that you can do everything. That's what Temperance is saying. Talk to your support group. You've got this Queen of Cups, you've got this Queen of Rods, or it could be you yourself over there with the support of this Queen of Rods. So yes, oh no, I remember. Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. Now I can continue. I'm so sorry. It's just gone out of my head. And that's how you're moving into the future. Make a decision, start planning. Because in future, here we have a Queen of Cups, then we got a King of Cups. It could be a couple, but I don't think so, because it could be, as I said, it's another water sign. It's Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio person in the future. Could be your partner. This could be your partner, or this could be your partner. If you're dating women, dating men, then it could be your partner over there. Again, anything to do with the cups, the very emotional, soft, intuitive. Cups represents also offering emotional love, positive emotions. I know it's not a love reading, but sometimes, if it's there, it's there. I do believe that this person, either someone who you're dealing with, and this person is offering you, if not a cup of love, then you're getting a lot of positive emotions out of this person. If it's someone you work, doing business or whatever, someone's close to you. But starting with the King of Cups, we progress to the Knight of Rods. Knight of Rods, all the knights are talking about movements. If you remember, I was talking about Chariot. moving forward, but here it's being in control. Knight of Rods is telling about moving forward with a passion. And maybe, as I said again, it's not a love reading, how many times I can say that, but if it's a new person in your life in the near future, there will be a lot of passion in your relationship. But you will feel stuck. You will feel you get involved with whatever. Somehow, winning that lawsuit or the situation, in the present started thinking, so what do I do next? Coming into the future and maybe not making that right decision, feeling stuck. Either this person cause you, some sort of trouble because the outcome is the Three of Swords. It's being in pain, having a heartache. It's either actual physical, having health problems, health issues, feeling stuck, or it's the King of Cups is very soft and gentle, but also very affectionate. Every card has got the flip side. I don't read the reversed, but because there's a lot of negative cards and there's enough negative cards in a tarot deck to add extras. But the negative side of the King of Cups is that he is very lovable. He very freely gives his love to everyone. So if ladies, you are involved with the King of Cups, he might cause jealousy because he's not only affectionate towards you, but he also affectionate to all the other women. And there is a lot of passion there in this relationship, demonstrated by this Knight of Rods, because Rods is all about passion, fire. This King of Cups can cause jealousy, and he could be a womanizer. That's his other side of this card. So if that's what happens to you, you feel stuck. You feel like you're in mental prison, and you've got a heartbreak in the near future. So I'm sorry, but that's what it is. It is what it is. The only thing what I wanted to add to this is Eight of Swords, feeling stuck, feeling trapped, feeling in a mental prison, is all in your head, dear Scorpio. Swords is all about a pattern of swords, our conscious, subconscious, or everything which happens in our head, and that's how you feel in the head. It's also sometimes we feel stuck because we don't know everything. We don't have information about the situation, so that when we have information is a power. You have information, knowing is actually planning and knowing how to get out of the situation, but you probably don't know how to get to it because you don't have that information. You don't know. Maybe you need just to open those eyes, take those blindfolds off and try to find the information and move on from there. Because the swords are not actually enclosing you. The road in front is open for you. It's you yourself surrounded by your negative thoughts. And that's caused you the heartache. You might actually overthought all this with this King of Cups. There might not be anything happening, but that's you yourself with this negative thinking. And your negative, maybe jealousy actually. Some women are very jealous of it, or men, in this respect. They're very jealous. They create all that in their head, and then they feel like that. Because it's always thought, feelings, behavior. So here we are. That's your thoughts, that's your feelings, and behavior, obviously, in the future. You just need to take that blindfold and get that information, dear Scorpio, and get the clarity. I like that, what happens in the recent past, even the present is okay. I'm not sure about the future, but again, it's only one monthly reading. It's only like February. It's a short month. Hopefully the situation is going to turn for you, dear Scorpio. Oh, we've got the Hermit. Yeah. Hermit is a good card for you in this situation. Hermit is a card of Virgo. Virgo could be significant for you. But Hermit is also talks about looking within yourself. You've got the... Oh, another Temperance card. Here we are. Okay. Let's put it this way, the way they actually come. You've got the Temperance card. When two cards from different tarot decks come together, they just reinforce each other. And it's the same message to you, and it's a strong message for you, dear Scorpio, to have that patience in the present. Be patient and keep everything in moderation, whatever aspects of your life it concerns. Overindulging in any activities, drinking, eating, I don't know, exercising, whatever. Be patient as well. Don't rush into any sort of situations. You know, think. Hermit is all. Analyze every situation and run it through your own, you know, that circle. Soul, head, soul, heart, gut feelings. Because you know that Queen of Cups, it could be you. Remember I was saying, you're very intuitive, you're water sign. Emotions are very important for you. So run it through that circuit inside of you, heart, you know, head, soul, guts. Go through this, and how this, whatever situation is, how is it all, you know, appeals to you? Does it cause you any discomfort? You know, and it causes any guilt feeling, then it's not right. Then just try to, you know, find another solution, find another, how it's going, you know, for yourself, find another sort of way. Because it tells you, start planning for the future and look inside yourself. But if you remember, I was telling you that I hope it's not the love reading or something, but the Lovers card came around. Lovers card is, you know, a card of soulmate or lovers. So it could be that, you know, there's a romantic relationship involved. But the Lovers card is also sometimes talks about choices. So there might be, you know, choices you need to do, like here with the Two of Wands. And this choices, making these choices is causing you the heartache. You don't know how to make that choice because you don't have enough information. You know, who to choose or what to choose for you. And the Four of Pentacles is the card of stability. So, you know, tells you that you need to get that stability in life. It's also a card of a financial sort of stability, holding tight, not spending as well. Remember, moderation, don't spend too much as well. Some people call this card the card of misère, someone who holds his money too tight. But, you know, maybe you need to, if you spend before too much. So hold on to the money, be moderate with what you're spending. Hold on to your money as well. You know, right choices, make the right choices, or if it's love situation over there, then, you know, gather this information which you require to make that sort of, to avoid that heartache. And look within yourself, use that torch which his Hermit is carrying, and look inside yourself, any situation, any sort of solution or decision you're making, run it through yourselves, brain, heart, soul, gut feeling, that's how, and then you will get this right solution. That's all I've got for you, dear Scorpio, for the month of February. I hope it resonates with you. If you would like me to elaborate, and please book a private readings, all the information in the description box below, how to contact me. Otherwise, God bless you, and see you next month, and thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.